Whenever I'm scrolling looking for jeans on Amazon, I always notice these unique statement jeans, and so I bought a bunch of them, and today I'm going to be trying them on, seeing how the quality is, seeing how the fit is, and just seeing if this is a style that I can get behind and would enjoy wearing. And I will of course link all of the jeans that I show in this video down below in the description in case you want to check any of them out. So first up, I have these checkered with flowers jeans. These are the Paudaiku women's patchwork jeans, bell-bottom raw hem denim pants slim bootcut jeans. These were $31.34 and I got them in the color S2 blue, and I got these and all of the jeans in a size medium. I did look at the size charts and that seemed to be like the best option for all of them. So these are this dark blue and lighter blue checkered, and then they have flowers, and you'll see one side is smaller flowers and smaller checkers, and then the other side is the opposite. And on the back they switch which side it is, and then you have the fun pockets that are the opposite as well. So there's kind of a lot going on with these, but I just thought they looked really fun, really different. The fabric feels a little bit on the thin side, but not horrible. They do seem very stretchy, which lends towards them being very comfortable. They definitely have that bell bottom leg. It's pretty wide on the bottom. So I'm very excited to try these on. They're definitely outside of my comfort zone, but I'm excited. Let's do it. Here these are on. They are definitely something. Look at them. In general, they do fit well. They fit true to size. They hit right under my belly button. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be high-waisted or not, but that is where they hit on me at least. I do definitely have a little bit of extra room in the crotch, but the waist does fit pretty well. So overall, I think these are really fun. The part that I'm not as excited about with them is the length of them. I feel like they're a little bit too short for me. I'm 5'8" for reference on all of these, but I feel like they need to be an inch or two longer, especially depending on what kind of shoes I would want to wear them with. Also, the longer I wear them, the more I'm realizing they're a little bit baggy everywhere. Like, I wish they were more fitted through the leg. So maybe I should have gone down to a size small, but I do feel like the waist fits really well, so I'm not sure if that would actually work or not. The fabric definitely is pretty thin as well, but they are very comfortable and very stretchy. So I think that the pattern of these is really fun. I just don't think that the fit is perfect. I wish they were a little bit more slim through the legs and the crotch, and I wish they were a little bit longer. But these are definitely helping me warm up a little bit more to the idea of some kind of unique or statement jeans. Next up, I grabbed these kind of beige pants with these black flowers on them. These are the women's patchwork jeans, high-waisted, straight leg, stretch denim pants, girls fashion, color block patch jeans. These were $35.99. I got them in the color J Beige, and they're size medium. I definitely saw a few different listings that had jeans very similar to this. So they're this light beige color with these big black flowers on it. I think it looks really fun. They have a gold zipper and a silver button, which does not quite go together. I don't know, I guess people are more into mixing metals these days. Let me know how you feel about that. I do not love it. I know that for sure. I would definitely say they're not the most well-made jeans I've ever seen. We'll just go with that. But I'm gonna try not to judge them too much. Let's go try them on and see how they fit. These are really fun. I think they fit well in general. They have a pretty tight waist, like they're going for the tight waist look. They do hit right under my belly button, so they definitely could be a little bit higher. And then they kind of loosen up from there, so they're pretty loose through the legs. This is definitely not a silhouette that I am used to. I just feel like it never looks quite right, and I don't know if that's just me. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Do these look right? Especially the length. Are they too short? I'm not really sure. I'm just not used to wearing things that are so wide at the ankle that are not supposed to be longer than this. So that's kind of out there for me, just the fit of these. I really like the beige color of these, and I feel like there's a lot of different ways these could be styled and different colors that they could go with because they're a neutral, and then the flowers are black, so again, just a neutral. So I think there's so many possibilities with these. I'm just not sure about the fit for me personally. I feel like the waist feels a little bit too tight, and I wish that they were an inch or so longer. I think in terms of a statement jean, these are nice. They're not totally out there. They're not super bright colors like we might see coming up here. So I think these are really nice. I just have those few things that I would maybe tweak a little bit. Next up, I grabbed these light wash jeans that upon the first look of them, they look pretty normal, but we'll get more into that. These are the Weigao women's high waist jeans fashion flower embroidery stretch skinny, I can't read. Wagyu women high waist jeans, fashion flower embroidery stretch skinny denim pants. These were $19.86 and I got them in the color light blue. So these are this light blue color, nothing super out of the ordinary from the back, but in the front they have these red flowers embroidered on them. I thought these looked fun and unique. They're definitely not my normal style, so we'll see how I feel about them on. I like the light wash of this. They have a gold button on the front and a gold zipper. Look at that, they match. Is it really that hard to do? These are skinny jeans, so we've got that skinny ankle. In general, I would say the embroidery looks pretty good. I do see one here that has a thread on it that's kind of loose, but other than that, the rest of them look pretty good. Here's up close what they look like, and let's go try them on. I think the embroidery on these is really fun. I like the pop of red. I think it looks really good against the light blue, but these unfortunately are too big. The waist is too big. They're very stretchy though, which is very nice. I think they're definitely meant for curvy people, but I definitely should have gone down a size. The waist is very big. I have a lot of extra room in the crotch, the legs even, you know, they're starting to do the bunchy, rolly thing a little bit. So I definitely should have gone down a size. But besides the size, I think these are nice. I think the embroidery is pretty decent quality, and I think it's pretty as well. I think the color of these jeans is very nice. And again, I really love how the embroidery just pops against the light blue. So I think these are really pretty. The length of them is even pretty good on me. So it's mostly just the size. I would need to size down one. And I'm not sure that these are my personal style, but I do think they're really cute. I just don't think they're right for me. This next pair is the most expensive, but the colors just really caught my eye. So these are the Widirara women's color block raw hem high-waisted jeans straight leg denim pants. These were $44.99 and in the color multicolor. So as you can see, they're very, very bright, very multicolor. They're basically patchwork jeans, but they are just so many colors, basically. Like so many colors. They're all the colors of the rainbow except for purple, which is a little bit sad. Sorry, purple, but we'll make up for that later. We will. These are so bright and just colorful, and I don't know what I would wear this with if I could even pull these off, but they look so interesting to me. They are straight leg and they do have a raw hem on them. So I'm very curious to have these on my body and just, I don't know, see how they feel, see how they look, see what I think about them. So let's go try them on. These are so bright and fun. I'm actually kind of shocked at how much I like them on. I love that the colors are so bright. It's happy. It like makes me happy to look at these pants. So I think they're really fun. Unfortunately, they are too small. They're very tight in the waist. I was able to zip them up and everything, but you can see I'm kind of spilling out of them a little bit. They're too tight. I don't even know that I could sit down in these. It's interesting that a lot of these have been either too big or too small, but somehow I can't find the perfect size. But I realize the sizing charts on all of these are different, and the size medium on each of those seem like it would be the right fit, but I don't know, we're just striking out a little bit here, which is unfortunate. But either way, let's get back to how fun these are. I think they're so fun, so colorful. I think the length is actually pretty good. I feel better about the length on these than I did with the beige ones. They hit around the same spot, but they're a little bit longer. And I like that they have the raw edge hem on them as well. I would love to hear down in the comments how you think jeans like these should be styled, because I have no clue. What do you wear with them? Like a white t-shirt just because the pants are so bright? I don't know, but I would love to hear down in the comments what you think. And also, would you ever wear jeans like these? The other thing I noticed about these as soon as I put them on, besides them being too small, is that the denim is pretty rigid. It's not super thick, but it is pretty stiff. So I just wanted to mention that as well. So overall, I think these are really fun, really colorful. I love how bright and happy they are, but they're just not quite the right fit for me. The next pair I grabbed are the Lamb Luck women's high-waisted bell-bottom jeans, ripped stretch skinny flare jeans, distressed wide leg bootcut denim pants. These names are so funny to me because there's always so many pairs of jeans within the listing that are completely different from each other, so I feel like the name of it doesn't usually even accurately describe what the pants are, which is interesting. Anyway, these were $30.99 and I got them in the color K light blue. These again might look a little normal, just first look at them, but they kind of have different patchwork color blocking on them. They're this medium blue denim and then they have this light blue denim on them. So they have that going on the top, in the back as well. And then down towards the legs, they are pretty wide, and then they have this kind of crisscross patchwork down at the bottom as well. So I just thought these looked really interesting, really cool, definitely different than any normal jeans that I have or have seen recently. And they also have that tie in the front, which is kind of different. It gives it a different vibe. So I'm curious to see how these are, so let's go try them on. I think these are really fun. They fit pretty well in general. The waist is nice. They hit right under my belly button. They're very stretchy everywhere, which is nice. They're very fitted and tight through the thighs, which I think is really nice, especially since they do flare out from there. I like the patchwork on them a lot, especially at the bottom. I think that's just so unique. This tie at the waist is okay. It doesn't feel like it's long enough to me. Like, this is the ends of it right here, and so I'm actually gonna take it off. I think it comes off. So honestly, I think I would probably wear these without that on there. These are like right on the edge of being the right length for me, I think. I just feel like they're slightly too short, especially when I wear shoes with them. I don't think they would look quite right, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But other than that, I think these are really nice. They're obviously not the craziest jeans out there, but I think if you're looking for something that's slightly unique, but not super out there, super in your face, I think these are nice. I said we'd be making it up with purple, so next I've got some purple ones. These are the women's Y2K fashion wide leg, high waist, denim pants, boyfriend jeans, I need to breathe, loose fit, baggy jeans for teen girls, flower embroidery. I hope these are not just for teen girls because I am very far away from being a teen girl. And these were $34.99 and I got them in the color purple flower. So as the name suggests, these are purple and they do have flowers on them. There's a lot of little threads going on these. So I would say these are a little bit darker than a lilac purple. And then they have these big kind of darker purple flowers that are not quite embroidered, but they're, I don't know how to describe what they are. They kind of have like raw hems on them. And also the jeans are a very small corduroy, which is kind of cool. I don't think I knew that purchasing these. So these have the two flowers at the top, and then there are flowers, one on each leg, one there and one there. These have a raw hem on the bottom and they look pretty straight leg, maybe a little bit boot cut. And then on the back, they have one big flower as well. That's the only one on the back. Out of all the jeans today, these ones feel the most flexible. Maybe they're the most thin, I'm not sure, but they feel very flexible, but they're not very stretchy at all. So I think these look really fun. I'm excited to try them on, so let's get to it. I think these are so fun. I love this purple color. I think it's so pretty, and I think the flowers are really fun as well. They fit pretty good, not perfect. The waist is a little bit on the tighter side. They do hit right at my belly button, so that's a little bit tight. And then in the crotch area, I feel like I have just a little bit of extra, which I don't love that look. That tends to bother me, but I'm not sure. I'm still figuring that one out. And then they fit pretty loose through the legs, and the length I think is pretty good. They're similar to the really colorful ones, and they have that raw hem as well, which I do like. So I think the length, feel pretty happy about the length. Like I said before, these do feel fairly like flexible, but they're not stretchy, and the denim is pretty sturdy or stiff feeling, I would say. So they're definitely not the highest quality denim out there, but I just think these are so fun. And I do think that these wouldn't be too hard to style as well. I think there'd be a lot of ways that you can style them because they're pretty much just a solid color, which similar to what normal jeans are with them being solid blue. So I think these are really fun. Well, those are all of the statement jeans that I got from Amazon for this try-on haul. These jeans definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone, which is a good thing. If you want to check out any of the jeans, make sure you check them out in the links down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. You can subscribe down below if you have not already. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!